Hi, my name is Joe Segreto, and for my second briefing, the topic that was given to me was on consumer privacy. And the article that I will be discussing is on how companies learn your secrets. A brief summary of the article is about consumer habits and analyzing those habits in order to get customers to purchase certain products. The goal for the briefing is to inform you about habits and ways to improve or change those habits. How habits are created are by a three-step loop that was studied in this article. This three-step loop talks about the cue, the routine, and the reward at the end of the three-step loop. Um, the cue is a trigger that tells your brain to get into automatic mode and tells it which habit to use. The cue usually consists of just about through a millisecond, which is very fast. And the next step is the routine, which can be a physical or mental emotional response to the cue. And the reward at the end helps your brain figure out if this particular loop is worth remembering for the future. Most cues and rewards happen so quickly and are so slight that we are hardly aware of them at all. But our neural systems notice and use them to build automatic behaviors. The cue, for an example, would be like a chime, from an email or a text message. The routine for this would be checking that message. And the reward at the end would be the pleasure of opening that message to see who it is or what the message is about. There was a study that was also conducted in this article that talked about they analyzed rats and their brain activity, and what they did was they put the rats in a maze with a piece of chocolate at the end of the maze, which would monitor their brain activity to see like how fast or their brain was working. And over time, the rat first was like scratching around and sniffing, but they couldn't find the end. But it showed that the rat's brain was physically, moving like at a rapid pace. Over time, the rat got to the end of the maze quicker to get to the chocolate, and it showed less and less brain activity. And what this proved was it became second nature to that person, and it created a habit, which was the main point of the study. And it shows over time, once things become second nature, it is embedded in your brain as a habit. I have discussed how habits are created and how I will discuss how companies use those habits to entice you to purchase more. How companies use your habits is usually through a guest ID that you sign up for in the beginning when you start working or when you start purchasing stuff at a particular store. This makes the company able to monitor each customer's purchase, and by doing this, they can send you emails with coupons on what customers have been buying or maybe for a substitute item in the future. They also can use this information to find what each customer might need in the future before they actually need it. This helps companies to market more efficiently, but is it going too far? This practice invades consumer privacy because they're not giving permission for the company to collect their information. They are positives and negatives, but it's hard to say who is right. Now, in conclusion, I have talked to you about how habits are created by the three-step loop, which includes cues, routines, and the reward at the end. I have also talked to you about how companies use their habits to their advantage and the dilemma that this brings up for consumer privacy. I want to thank you, and I hope you've learned something from this.